Yeah. USA, USA, USA.
Welcome to a new episode of this podcast. Sucks.
What it do,
Football
baby?
season is over. NBA season's on a break. College basketball is going through conference play right now.
We're getting to the dark times, people.
Kind of a quiet part, but me and Jimmy stay true to what we say. We're going to give you an episode each week.
We stay consistent.
We have stuff to say about the All Star Weekend and what happened there. We have some things to say about what's coming up in baseball. We're getting excited. We're a month away. Clearly, you can see the background of it.
Yes, we are changing modes. We are in White Sox mode.
I know it may be 4 degrees outside in good old Illinois, but that don't mean we ain't ready for some baseball.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. My tatas, slightly cold.
Oh, my nipples are harder than a rock.
Dude, before this episode, I was chilling for a bit, and I'm like, not liking how I'm feeling right now.
No, these nipples are so sharp and hard that they could cut the glass in the 2005 White Sox World Series.
Unfiltered. We talking about nips here.
Nips and chips.
Speaking nips and chips, that actually sounds pretty good. Would
that
you?
Could be, that'll be our second podcast name.
Random question, unrelated to sports. Would you be down for nipple lickage with nacho cheese on it?
Yes.
Sounds spicy.
That might be hotter than the hot wings challenge.
Yeah.
Hot wings challenge.
That's what we call a sexy nip, if you know what I mean.
My appreciation, everyone. We're over 400 views on that. Now you might be saying 400 views. That's not trending on Twitter or nothing like that on YouTube. Me and Jimmy are proud of 400 views.
Yes, me and Preston talked.
We appreciate you.
Before we released the episode, and we were like, man, what do you want it to be at to like be pumped about it and just be hyped up? And we both said 50 was our number we would like to get.
It was kind of a lie.
Holy cow, dude.
8 times as much.
Damn. That is amazing. That went above and beyond what I thought we could have got.
It gave us a few more subscribers. We are now at 100.
I popped my mic.
112 subscribers.
112, baby.
We've jumped up about 80 subscribers from the beginning of this whole thing in 10 months, and we're gonna. I got something in my teeth. I was like,
he ain't chewing gum. He ain't chewing gum. But yes,
we appreciate you.
We appreciate every single one of you. 112. Even if you guys don't watch.
You guys were there with the heartbreak with us when we cried over the Commanders' Hail Mary. You were there for the disappointment of the Bears season.
A lot of memories already, dude.
Yeah, no, we're gonna try to avoid any Bears talk for a little while.
We have gone through some things. We are at the lowest of lows for this podcast Sox, being a terrible White Sox season, record-setting losses. And then
we
the Bears
started right
season.
At the beginning of it too, or right at the first month of it.
Yeah, so you guys are catching us at our worst. So
I do. I mean, I guess we'll start with baseball here because I do got a prediction I want to say about the White Sox right now.
All right.
I'm gonna go straight into it. It's gonna be a hot take.
Oh boy.
I'm saying the White Sox are gonna beat out expectations.
I thought you were going to say they're going to beat out the Expos. I was like, what?
They're not going to lose 100 games this year. I'm saying they're going to go 64-98
I'll bet you on
65-97.
I'll bet you on that.
I just get a feeling that Will Venable is going to coach them. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean they're good, but I think they're going to be playing hard enough that they're going to steal not a lot of games because obviously 64, 65 wins is still awful, but it's just this roster really isn't good. I was taking a look at the potential lineup.
Yeah,
and I
don't like it. I don't like it.
I tried to explain to my wife, like, cause she was just getting used to, the Anderson, the Eloys, the Luis Robert, the Mancada, Andrew Vaughn, Gavin Sheets, all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through this Nick Madrigal when he was here for
our pitching staff, dude. Right now scares the living daylights out of me.
Is not good.
No,
I was
dude. You could slide my second cousin's name in there, and I'd be like, all right.
I was looking at the lineup, like Davis Martin's still on the team. Cannon's the projected #1 starter, I think, is what I'm reading.
And here's the thing. They have young talent. They made some trades to where they got some young talent. But those guys aren't going to be pitching.
That's an embarrassment. I want to know why Noah Schultz has not been called up. There's no excuse why he's not in the starting rotation.
I don't think there's a reason to right now, though, because the lineup's not ready to win. Why are you going to call up?
Get him some reps.
But you're going to call him up, though, dude, and he's going to have no run support, and he's going to be going like 0-18.
Who cares?
Giving up 1-2 runs.
Who cares? That's good. You're seeing. I'd rather be 0-18 with like a 2.4.
Yeah, that's not fair to him. That's not fair. This lineup's not ready to win.
Wins and losses does not make you a good pitcher.
I know, but that's not fair to him. I don't disagree with keeping him down.
I want him up.
Of course, you want to see the young talent, but
I do like them picking up the Guardians' old pitcher with Karshner. I think he could be a good reliever for us.
One thing that we didn't really talk about, the Sox got Joey Gallo.
I know. I made sure to brag about to some people I know. I'm like, Joey Gallo,
the first really vet signing that we've had in quite some time, right?
No, who was the guy we signed
since last season? We've made a bunch of just getting
Joey
rid
Gallo's
of everybody.
Not who I'm getting excited about for a vet signing.
No, I'm not saying I'm excited. I'm not excited about it at all. I'm just laughing at the fact, though,
Didn't he struggle in the home run derby a couple years ago, or what it was?
I mean, he had a okay year. What was that last year with the Yankees?
I would like to see him come in, bat 220, and hit like 35 bombs.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he's putting up at least 30 homers, and like you said, I'd be okay with low 200s.
He's not
average.
Going to hit 30 homers.
No way. He probably will be released. What, quarter of the way through?
He might be as bad as who's the guy that we signed on the good year from the Rangers, the COVID year. I think he only played the 60-game year, but he was awful. And I'm drawing the biggest blank on him.
What position?
He was an outfielder. He came from the Rangers, and I think he played with Gallo with the Rangers, and he's kind of like Gallo, but he was just so bad with us that we kind of had to cut him.
This is going to bother me.
You know what I'm talking about?
Is he a white guy?
No, he's a Dominican, I believe. He was. I think he was on the 2020 team, the 60-game season. And he was so bad. It's not Nelson Cruz, obviously. It was someone like a lower, lesser version of that. But
that's gonna bug me, dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
He wasn't. No, it's not ringing a bell. He wasn't with us long.
No, he was with us. I'm pretty sure it was the shortened season. And I'm like, okay, he could be a contributor, and he sucks so bad. I think he got the last out in the playoff game against the A's, or one of the last outs against the A's.
Oh my god, dude, that kind of sort of rings a bell.
He was an outfielder. It's like I don't know his name. I'm drawing the biggest blank, and when I see it, it's gonna piss me off. If you know what I'm talking about,
we're gonna have to look. We can't stick on this too long. We'll have to look it up after.
Comment below, but it drives me nuts. But no, I was looking at their lineup too, and like I think the only people that like Andrew Vaughn still at first. They got
Robert,
Luis Robert in center, Andrew Benintendi, and then we got I don't know. I was looking Brian Ramos.
You signed a bunch of randoms.
Brian Ramos, Corey Elise catching. But I want to see Kiero or whatever his name play catcher, the guy we got in Angels trade. But
I'm still thinking about that guy that you're talking about, dude. In 2020.
Oh, it started with an M. His last name started with an M. I'm getting close now. Matzo or Matzi or he's just gonna go right into it. It starts with an M. Mazara. Mazera, Massachusetts.
I don't know. Massachusetts.
It's like Mazera. Maz starts. Did you find it?
Maserati.
No,
that's not him. That's not him. Nomar Mazara. If that's how you say it. I remember now. I definitely remember. Yes. And weren't people like kind of excited about it too?
Well, he was a solid player. We were like, okay, not a bad signing. And then he came in and just was awful.
It says I put 2020 end of season White Sox roster, and it says right field Nomar Mazara, and then in parentheses it says until injured.
Until injured, or he was awful. He was bad.
Yeah.
We thought he'd be good. Like, I thought he'd hit 20 homers, bat like two something, but he had to bat like 100s, and he hit I think he hit no homers, or he might have hit one. It was like he did nothing.
God, he literally nothing. Oh my God, I remember everything now so clearly.
And then the next year we were better the next year we got rid of him. But yeah, there we go. I feel better.
Yeah,
I was getting close. I told you I was going to start remembering towards the end. I ended up.
Yeah, we got there. I am absolutely not excited. I think the White Sox, and I'll make a bet with you if you want, but I think we're losing at least 100 games.
Let me get spring training.
We'll put the over under somewhere. Yeah, we'll let you watch some White Sox baseball.
Let me get a little in the mood. Let me maybe get my brain back. Let me get my White Sox. Let's see how much they frustrate me.
Yeah, we got to watch some spring training that really means nothing, and you'll never, spring training. Yes, it gets the players ready, obviously, but it's like those guys can win every game and then go out on the field regular season.
Yeah, really. You know what I mean?
It's more like it does not give you any idea what you're.
It's more just to stretch your arm out, get your legs back,
right? Get those.
And the news
butt cheeks moving
on the north side. Cubs got good old Justin Turner today for a 1 year, $6 million deal.
How old is Justin Turner? First of all,
he's about 40.
So they pulled the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy's got a World Series under his belt.
I don't give a shit.
I like Justin Turner at this point of his career. He could probably give you a good 20. It's a lot better signing than Joey Gallo.
I don't think Turner's 40. There's no way.
How old do you think he is?
36.
Oh, he's definitely older than. He's like 39, 40. I'll bet the farm on that.
All right.
Bet the farm
Damn.
on that. What you got?
Spot on.
40?
40.
Yeah, I know. I had him in fantasy for a little while.
I owe you a kiss.
You owe me a farm.
Hell no, dude. All right, fine. I owe you a farm. I'll give you the Chicago White Sox farm.
That farm's all right. It has its moments.
Yeah, it's all right, but I feel like we always say it's all right, and nothing happens.
Colson Montgomery might be playing a little bit of shortstop.
I want to be so much more excited about that than I am. I just feel like, dude, I feel like we're cursed, and like our prospects are never ever going to pan out. Going back to Gordon Beckham.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Chris gets promised us that we're gonna have more wins than last season.
We're gonna have like one more win.
It made me laugh.
I told you so. I told you so. I stick to my promises.
When he said that, because I'm just like, well, it can't get any lower in wins. Like,
basically admitted to all of Chicago, or I should say South Side. Hey, we're not gonna spend money. We're gonna actually get rid of a lot more guys.
Like they were supposed to get rid of Luis Robert. Somehow he's still on the team.
He pretty much said, though, we expect our guys to play better than they did last year.
Well, they should have better coaching. But I saw. Yeah,
I am okay with what's his name, Will Venable.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him on his knees, forcing these guys out of base run. That is key, and I like it already.
I am hearing someone on the team just recently. I think it was someone maybe that we signed. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was Joey Gallo. But Gallo was talking about Venable and saying how good of a coach he's going to be. And when he was a player, because I guess they were teammates for a little bit.
Probably,
either teammates or I don't know, good friends.
He did help out in Texas coaching, I believe.
But he said that really knowledgeable, and he knew right away that he would be a coach in the future. Obviously, it's Joey Gallo, and you can't really take too much there.
Pedro Grifol was so terrible. I hated the signing from the get-go.
Yeah, I never understood that one. Dude, I don't think I've been a fan of any head coach hiring ever other than Ozzie Guillen.
I liked Ventura. It just didn't pan out.
I didn't like it when it happened. And honestly, I feel like Ventura was one of the better ones that we had.
And Rick Renteria was fine. He's just forgettable.
He was good for the rebuild.
And Tony La Russa, I didn't hate the hire, but it's just like, dude, he's been out of baseball for 10 years and he's in his mid-70s.
Yeah,
and
that was a if you don't win this year or next year, that's it. You know what I mean?
And
you're
literally
only gave
him a team that like just didn't seem like it fit La Russa's style.
Yeah, that was pretty frustrating.
It was a rough, and we had that good year, and then just after that, it just.
I feel like we kind of wasted those. That was our window, and it got really slammed shut on us, dude.
We were supposed to have a 5 to 7 year championship window, and it's still.
But it got shortened for sure because none of our guys panned out.
He fired coaches, lack of hustle, injuries.
Something during practice, whatever you want to say, they let a lot slide. The players got away with a lot.
We're yelling at Mercedes for hitting a homer up by 4.
Yeah, he's trying when we're up late in the game, and we're gonna call him out. Like, oh my, get the frick out of here, dude.
Or whatever, you punished him, or you had a nerve to like.
Yeah, and then you made him want to retire. Remember that? He's like, I'm retiring.
Whatever he did, I don't know. It made no
because that's the year. Oh my God, who got hurt right out the gates? Was it Eloy?
Oh, Eloy got hurt early.
And then he took over for Eloy, and he had a hot start. Great start to the season.
Yeah, he led the league in homers for a time.
Yeah.
Right? He was
his average, I think he was batting 1,000 to start the year.
He started off like 8 for 10. It was like
it was unreal. And then playing great. And then you just killed his confidence.
And that moment happened, and it seemed like he went kind of cold from there.
Yeah, and then he said, I'm done with baseball. I'm retiring. And then the rest was history. And then he just was nothing ever again. But yeah, not excited about the Sox. I'm glad baseball's back. But it's really hard to be excited being a Sox fan.
This is the year you're going to expect some L's, but you want to see some growth.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to see some growth. If not, you know what I mean? That's going to be a little rough.
This is the year where you have to find who is going to be the core and who is going to be left. Like Andrew Vaughn, this is a big season for him. Actually, if he does well, and same with Luis Robert, they'll probably get traded at the break, and you'll get a ton of prospects.
Are we? Yeah, I was going to say, are we trading Robert?
It doesn't sound like he said now he's not pursuing a trade or doesn't want.
He doesn't want to. He's always said he doesn't want to be traded.
I
think we will.
I mean, I feel like if he starts off the season, he's been like 320 homers and RBIs, or 50,
I think you have to, right?
I feel like, damn, you're not going to get any higher right now, especially if you're
right.
Healthy. This team to stay healthy,
right? Unless a miracle happens and this team has a playoff spot.
Oh no, that ain't gonna happen.
Right, not gonna happen. But I think that's the only way that you hang on to him. Which
if they could beat the Angels, game 1. It might be the only time they're over 500 all year.
And you'll hear it here first. If the White Sox start off 1-0, Preston will have them winning the World Series.
Nah, this ain't the Bears. This isn't those
different moments. Vibes. Baseball.
I understand that there's 161 games after that, and And if I can't tell you half the team's name right off the bat right here, right now, I can't tell you.
Me and P-Dog have some studying to do, folks.
I will. I read them. I know Michael Talkman, and that was a decent signing for what it's worth. But he can't.
Ken Griffey Jr.
He can't be one of your top players.
Kevin Youkilis, Manny Ramirez.
I love Youkilis.
Dude, I loved his stance. When I was younger, dude, I always did try to do the stances of everyone. Oh, yeah,
I still love doing Craig Counsell.
Yeah.
And now he made the wrong decision. Now he coaches the Cubs. So.
Yep, and he's fallen off a little bit.
Fallen off. Let's go into this NBA All-Star break.
Yeah. Shall we?
It is a joke.
Roro.
What it is. What's a bigger joke? The biggest joke of this week, it was LeBron. I think it was an hour or whatever before it was getting ready to start on Friday night. I think, or I think it was either the night before or a few hours the other day. He said he wasn't when it was too late to get any substitution. Yep. He says, "Oh, ankle pain, just ankle."
Stole a roster spot. You straight up stole a roster spot,
and you were sore. Come on, dude. Like Anthony Edwards was hurt, and he said, I think Wednesday, hey, I can't play in it. They were able to get someone in time for him, but
It
was selfish.
If you're going to do that, like if you're claiming, so whatever your excuse is, you have to make sure you do it in time to find a replacement. You stole a roster spot from
he knew
from
damn
someone.
well
I don't know who would have been
playing
next up
in that game.
You knew damn
well.
exactly. He wanted the show. He wanted to be shown off as an all-star. And that was that. It's all about LeBron. It's LeBron's world. We're just living in it. I think he's a crybaby bitch to this day. I think I was watching somebody's I think it was on TikTok. It was somebody's podcast. By the way, TikTok is back for me.
We're back. I'm back.
I know, dude. I was gonna cry, man, because I got a new phone and it got taken off my phone.
Would you go about 2 weeks without it?
Yeah, dude. So I was on YouTube Shorts and it just was not the same. So back on my phone, living life. I'll never take TikTok for granted again. Anyway, I was watching somebody and they were saying how LeBron like got the NBA super popular, like in his prime, like obviously with Miami and everything, but then also is like he's the reason for the downfall of the NBA.
Yes, he is one of the main reasons. He's killing All Star Weekend. He's been doing that multiple years by not wanting to do any of the the dunk contest. Like you had to do one, at least one, and you completely skipped out.
Never did it.
You've shown that you do not give a damn about it.
Yep.
The super team stuff. He helped all that, and
you can argue like, okay, that was good for basketball. Got everyone like to have like a super villain.
When you're doing super teams, that means you got 4 to 6 elite teams, and then you got 24 or a few average teams and like a ton of awful teams.
And I'll say this, to give him credit, he created some awesome rivalries. You know what I mean? There were so many teams that were gunning for him. But he's killed the NBA. He has made it normal for players to rest multiple games in a 2-week span. And it's shameful. You don't see it in other sports players resting as much. They have a 82 game schedule. They have all these in-season tournaments now. They have this all-star break that they do, and everyone gets a huge rest. And dude, it's embarrassing.
This is where I agree with you, but I feel I'm yelling at you for this because I think you're starting to see it now. Because like you were blaming Adam Silver.
No, I think Adam Silver is also to blame for all this.
No,
yes, 100%.
No,
he got down on his knees and pretty much let LeBron paint a canvas all over his face.
No, so all these players, because you have. There's 20 teams now, but let's just get before that. It was 16 teams made the playoffs. And about 14 of those teams knew they were making the playoffs. So they would, like you're saying, sit out a bunch of games. They wouldn't play back-to-backs. They wouldn't, and that's not LeBron, really. I'm going off on Kawhi Leonard. He's number one. Then Joel Embiid. And then obviously LeBron started. Anthony Davis. And what sucks is these fans, like, me and you or anyone else, like, we don't have a ton of money. When we go to a game, we want to see our stars.
Exactly.
How sickening is if you go see Lakers and Sixers and Embiid's not playing and LeBron's not playing? Like, that's disgusting. Like, you wasted $300 to watch backups. And I lost your volume for a second, Jimmy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I hit a button on my phone. It muted me.
Preston hit a fucking button. Everybody in the chat right now, if you made it this far, tell Preston to get on a real computer and do this shit.
I hit something where it's silent and I got it back. Also, Jimmy was silent, I was silent, and then we went on a 10-minute, 15-minute.
And now our display names aren't up, all because of P-Dog.
Down a downward spiral, and we're frustrated, we're flustered, but we're going to finish the damn episode because that's what you guys deserve.
So what I was saying,
So we were talking about Adam Silver and the changes he's making. Jimmy doesn't like it. He thinks he's partly to blame for the downfall of the NBA.
Yep.
I think it's 100% on the players. LeBron, Kevin Durant. These players show that they do not care about the regular season. They're saving their bodies for the playoffs, which is disrespectful to the fans.
But before you go on your rant here, the reason, they don't care about regular season is because Adam Silver made it to where it is very easy to make the NBA playoffs now.
That's not. Oh no, he tried to do it to get more teams involved. He added that to get more teams involved.
But he made it so easy for teams to make the playoffs now, and at least a play-in, to where you don't really have to try anymore to get into the playoffs.
So then more players and load management kept it. So he started to try to punish the players for the load management.
Yeah,
and the rules that, hey, if you play a certain percentage of your game, you don't get paid a certain amount. And then that didn't work. So I don't like it, and most people don't. But then he's like, you know what? People are going to care, so we're going to do an in-season tournament. To say, hey, it sounds
crock
stupid,
of shit. It's so stupid.
He's only doing that because players don't care. So he's trying to say, okay, we're going to make them care for this certain chunk at the very beginning of the season. And now these All-Star games, Draymond Green hit it right on the head. Because now we have these rising stars in the All-Star game. Now, no, it should be the best of the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a disgrace. I think to where the NBA was a few years back, I think it's in a really bad spot now. I think I shouldn't say every single. I think the majority of the star players in the NBA, like you said, I think a lot of them don't care about regular season, and it's showing. It's hurting the games. All Star Weekend is a joke. They definitely don't care about All Star Weekend. I heard during the All Star game that they did a huge break in the middle of it.
Yeah, for celebrities and all this.
Yeah, which
stuff.
is stupid as hell.
Like they took it away from the game. Like back in the day, you had the top of the players doing the dunk contest, like they were playing defense, and it got to the point. What was it last year? They dropped 200 and something points against 190.
It's just. It's not hard to see that these players don't care.
But like I said, it's the players, because Adam Silver's trying.
It's more so the players, absolutely.
Adam Silver's trying to make changes.
I don't think he's trying.
More competitive.
I think he's holding LeBron's hand, and I think he's letting him kind of control. Obviously, he's not giving him the keys to the NBA, but he wants to please LeBron and the rest of the stars. And I think in doing so, he's come up with these absolutely idiotic ideas, and it's killed the NBA.
Well, I know now
there's no arguing it because the ratings have gone down.
Because now the NBA players don't want to lose to the rookies, so they tried a little. I didn't watch it much because I didn't care, but they tried a little harder this year, I guess, because they're for pride. But it still was just no one wants to watch.
Lack of effort. Yeah, like
what Durant said. No one not Durant. Draymond Green. No one wants to watch the best USA, Team USA beat on 19U, the 19-year-old kids.
And Kobe, passing away did not help the NBA at all.
Well, they made that.
Kobe was a great spokesperson for the NBA, obviously. And I think now, without him, he called people out, and without that, I think players are just kind of getting content with where they're at. And
I don't know if you got to do I heard Stephen A. Smith make a comment today saying, you know what, because he's with us, he thinks it's just an abomination how bad it's been.
I think right now it's a worse sport.
He seems how even at least NFL realized, hey, the Pro Bowl's a joke. Let's just call it what it is. Make it flag football.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and flag football's fun to watch.
No, it's not.
It is.
I don't watch that crap. It's
hilarious coming from a person who played flag football.
Why is that? I'm not a pro. I don't want to watch CJ Stroud.
Then don't watch.
Play tackle football. Let's play flag football. No one.
But if they're going to try more in that, like the NFL at least had the balls to just straight up, like you said, get rid of it. Like, all right, you guys are trying.
The lack of it was just you know what? We're not. Why put?
It was terrible. Yeah, they were just touching each other, right? And they took it literal when we said you might as well make it flag football. They did.
There was you know what? We're Like I get to the point now. You know what? Why not we just get like 6 guys? Why don't you guys play horse? Why don't you just like they should just do some fun random stuff?
No, at that point you just get rid of it all and you don't do anything.
Durant
Have the
said, why
Pro
don't we
Bowl
just
vote,
give us
say
like
yeah, congrats, you made it, All Star, whatever.
Yeah,
just for the hell of it. But
Right.
a good transition here. You know, a sport where players do try
hockey. So
USA versus Canada. Absolute thriller.
and they got
hell of a game.
A rematch coming up.
We got a rematch Thursday night in Boston. USA Canada.
That will be tomorrow when you watch this episode, it'll be tomorrow.
Yes, it'll be the following day. Hell of a game. The rivalry is great. It's the best it's ever been. And the NHL's doing it right. This was in replacement of All Star Weekend.
Is it really? Was this what that was?
Yeah, they did this, the Four Nations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a little different because obviously you only got the Four Nations. Who is it? USA, Canada,
so what I was gonna say,
go ahead.
While you're saying this was kind of Stephen A's thing for the NBA. What they should do for the All-Star is like, have the Europeans or the international players play the Americans, and maybe they'll have a little more damn pride. And
exactly. Pride. And that was what Giannis said. He's like, we should do a Team USA versus the world. I think it would be a hell of a lot more interesting. I think
players will have a little bit more Kevin pride. Durant, will show up because they don't want to lose to Jokic and Doncic and
no disrespect to those other countries here, Sweden and Finland. But a lot of players obviously don't get to play because that's the thing about hockey is it's international. There's a lot of players from all over the place. You know what I mean?
You just gotta have a lot of from your country to be.
Yeah, and USA Canada is obviously a amazing rivalry. For the most part, Canada has owned, but it means a little bit more because of the how things are in the world right now with Canada and the United States with Trump and you know what I mean, the tariffs and then the 51st state talk and all that. So the Canadian fans, it was in Canada that game. They booed our national anthem. A bunch of hockey players and everything. They're like, who cares? That's awesome. You know what I mean? Like bad blood, amazing. Like go for it. Which I'm kind of in the middle of that. I do think it's massively disrespectful, but at the same time, I love it. I think it makes for a better game. And it did. And Team USA didn't like it. Game starts off with 3 fights in 9 seconds, which is amazing.
I think that's my problem with it.
It's so hard to be like, oh yeah, like I respect your opinion. Hockey and fighting just goes hand in hand, and if you don't get it, you don't get it.
I just feel like it's for publicity. They want to do it because it's for ratings.
No, so I was talking hockey about players, dude. They are in it 100% from the puck drop to the start of the game to that final horn. And it's very unlike any other sport where you got a lot of rest time. Football players, offense, defense, special teams, you're sitting on the bench, whatever. Okay, you're constantly doing something. Even when those players sit on the bench, they get a minute break or whatever, and they're back out there playing.
But I just don't like. So my problem is it just seems staged because you got one guy grab each other, they're throwing fists. The referee's not even trying to stop it. He's just staring at them.
You gotta let them go. Let the boys go.
But then here's my push back on so in baseball when they start he hits a batter. The batter charges the mound. It's fun. It's love. Oh shit, he's gonna fight the pitcher, and they go at it, and the bench is clear, and it's a real bench clear. I dig those a lot, but the umpire usually tries to stop it until it becomes too much. I guess my only problem with hockey is it doesn't seem like the ref tries to stop it.
I mean, are you going to step in the middle of 250-pound
men? When it's
1v1,
yeah, but obviously in baseball.
And sometimes they do stop it. But
if baseball,
depending on the situation.
20, you're going to be like, we got to stop. But
fighting in hockey is hand in hand. It's amazing for the game. Team USA did not like the booing of the national anthem, and they wanted everybody to know. And holy hell,
I wonder if
it was amazing.
mostly because of Trump, not because of the national. I don't know.
Oh, I no 100. That's 100%
that's
what it
never
is.
been a problem before.
They don't like. Well, it's because the threats of the 51st state making Canada 51st state talk.
When I first heard you said that, I thought you said 51st States. I'm like, good movie.
It is a solid movie. No, but I think that is something the NBA should think about at least, because I think when it comes to representing your country, I think there's a lot more pride in it. You know what I mean? Or at least there should be. But here's the thing too: hockey players don't need it to be a international thing to have pride in the game. Those guys are going to do their thing no matter what it is. You never see hockey players taking a shift off like NBA, NFL.
I don't hear much load management or anything like that.
No, it's dude, and that's the thing. That's where if you ask for proof, dude, there's proof all over the game. Players playing with broken whatever, literal broken bones, punctured whatever, hit in the face with a puck, all your teeth are out. Players back in there immediately. You get hit with a stick in the face, you're gushing blood. They're in next shift. Dude, there even been instances where players have gotten their throats slit open by the blades of people's skates.
Stitch it
up.
You
know what I mean? People don't return from that as quick, but that's what, you know what I mean? Like it's, they have a lot more pride, and if they can play, if they can do whatever they can, they're going to go out there. And that's why I respect hockey players so much.
That, like, when you're a kid and you live on the streets or you, whatever background you came from, and you worked your ass off to get to where you are. And like now, these special players, and most of them do talk about those. Hey, I came from nothing, and now you're here. You think they would care a little more about playing every game they possibly can. Now, obviously, if it's a serious injury, we're never dissing anyone that's actually hurt.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I want to see these players care as much as the fans do. You know what I mean?
You're not going to be 100% every game, but my God.
Exactly. And it goes back to what you said about fans spending hundreds, and tickets are only getting more expensive.
And that's how you're making your money. They're here to
And, Anthony Edwards a long time ago said, I try to play every game because, if a kid comes and he's coming to see me, you know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting and not playing while that kid spent his money to come see me. But it's like now, though, it's like every player is just so bad with the load management.
Somebody from somebody.
Yeah. And it's like and as fans, too, we can't keep track of when they're going to sit. It's so random, and it comes out literally hours before the game.
And it's like they play every game. Like baseball, I get it, 162 game season.
Yeah, 162 is different.
You're going to sit out one every 20-ish games sometimes.
And then, like, I heard that there's not, like, real talks, but people are saying, like, NBA should shorten their season because of load management and then make them play every game. That's something maybe to do if you're really going to be a little crybaby bitch.
It is sad that Adam Silver has to keep coming up with different changes every year.
It is, and
to keep the players interested. And they might be ideas the fans don't like, or they're cheesy ideas. But he's trying, and these players are just like, and they're getting paid. You're getting paid all this money. You're gonna have to start taking money away.
And I heard years ago, Anthony Rizzo suggesting that baseball go to like 120 games, and originally I was like, I don't like that. But like, okay, maybe. But here's the thing. The only league that I have not heard one single damn complaint from is the NHL about shortening a season. And I'll tell you what, it's nothing about the physicality. They're not doing as much as these other leagues. Hits aren't as much. And it's like, watch one game.
I mean, you're falling on your back a lot. You're
getting hit into the boards every 2 seconds.
Your feet are probably banged up.
You're getting hit by the puck. Your teams are blocking shots with their body, hitting their calf, their ankle, whatever, their midsection.
Concussions a lot.
Exactly. And hockey players care. They care. And that's why hockey will be the best sport there is. I mean, you can disagree. Obviously hockey's not super. Not. Obviously, hockey's not super. Obviously, my own opinion, but I mean, you got leagues like the NBA where players are sitting out every other game. So,
I mean, it's stupid. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, you pick. I know. Well, I can't really say that about the Blackhawks because we don't have many star players. But I know that if I were to go to a Blackhawks game, unless he's like hurt, which last year he missed games because he broke his jaw. eat my ass. But I know that if I go to a Blackhawks game, that Bedard is going to be playing, and I can count on that. And other teams of, their favorite players, they're going to be playing. I cannot say that for a basketball game. I cannot say that for a football game.
NFL, you can.
Those
are normally injuries. Those are normally injuries.
They are better about it than the NBA with releasing the injury.
The only thing that's bad
because
about
you got
NFL
all week.
is
They'll say like doubtful or
the only thing about NFL sucks is questionable. They don't officially eliminate them for being questionable until
exactly
like an hour before the game.
Yeah,
starts.
And from fantasy, that sometimes
and usually who's not going to play.
Usually
but
they're decent.
Some of those you're like, really?
Yeah. And I'd say baseball's pretty decent
but usually
too. Your
quarterbacks, your running backs usually know.
And baseball's frustrating because the injuries, they're not like your typical, your contact injuries. They're always non-contact or
they're normally a hamstring
stiffness, hamstring tear, tightness, my big toe hurts. You know what I mean? Turf toe. So that's annoying.
Those do suck in baseball when you go to the game and then you're like, because you don't know when they're going to give a rest to someone, because someone might play 18, 20 games straight or without a rest day on one of those crazy weeks, and all of a sudden, they give, let's just say for the White Sox, they give Luis Robert a day off. You're like, damn it, I wanted to see him.
Yep. But long story short about the USA Canada Thursday, check it out. It's in Boston. Should be awesome. I don't expect the crowd to boo Canadian.
If Canada wins, is there a game 3?
No, this is the championship.
Okay.
This is the championship. It's over after this one.
Because what do you feel like?
Point system was different too for this, which was cool.
Because if Canada wins, wouldn't you feel unfulfilled? Like you're like, hey, it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Yeah, but it's just kind of the way things goes.
They don't have any more time. They got to finish the season. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Olympics though, that makes the Olympics, that much more fun to watch too. So, but I love it. Thursday's gonna be fun. Watch it.
Jimmy, why don't you give us a short on Friday or Thursday night after the game?
No, I definitely will. Because
you let them hanging. You let them hanging.
I did.
Hey, our names are back. We're
right
here.
As we're wrapping.
I am P-Dog.
Oh, what the hell? Look.
God.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out by next week, hopefully.
Weird. Yeah.
It's been an odd day. We had a lot of issues before, middle, end.
Yeah.
But Jimmy, I'll let you finish what you're saying about hockey and Thursday.
No, yeah, I will put some shorts out there. Watch it. It's going to be fun. It was awesome because I told Jill before the game, I go, this is going to be intense. It's going to be one of the most fun hockey games you've ever watched. And then the game starts and immediately 3 fights in 9 seconds.
But
it was crazy.
4-1 final. Didn't USA at the end before
3-1.
After those 9 minutes, they beat their ass?
Wait, say that again?
Was it 4-1 USA?
3-1 USA. Yep. Beat Canada. These pricks think that they have hockey. USA will take that from them too. And then let's make them the 51st state, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone calm down. I don't give a shit about that.
Okay. We just lost 2-3 followers, 4 now, 5.
6, 7, 8, 20, 112.
But guys,
you got anything to say to the viewers?
Yeah. So guys, we're hitting the dead season. We'll talk what we just did. We have some stuff we can talk about, but comment below, hit us up, see if you want to be a guest. If you guys want to do games with us or do a challenge with us, let us know. If you guys want us to hit different conversations or want us to watch a specific game and comment on that game, we'll do that for you. Let us know. We'll do anything you guys want us to do during this time.
This podcast sucks, baby.
And expect some live episodes coming.
Yep, they coming, baby.
Yep, and
we're gonna hang out.
999 challenge is also going to be coming here in the next month or 2.
Yes, sir.
We got spring training, we got NBA, and we got college basketball. I know we haven't talked about college and NBA all that much. We will be. That's why I said,
March Madness is coming. Yep.
Any fan out there, tell us the game you want us to watch. Maybe we'll do a live episode. Maybe we'll do a drinking game to it.
It's up in the air, baby.
Any game we'll do. I'll take a drink every time.
Yeah, maybe not any game. We'll see.
We'll get every game. Any game we'll watch. No. Or I
got a live outside this.
Here's another fun idea. Well, I mean, any game, just watching live on a night.
Yeah.
Or like on a weekend. But maybe me and Jimmy will play a drinking game, or we'll commentate it. We'll commentate a live game. We'll just do something fun.
We'll see how it goes. Leave comments.
Give us ideas, suggestions.
Let us know.
Anything you guys want us to do, we'll do our best to try to accommodate you. This has been This Podcast Sucks.
Yeah, buddy.
We're sponsored by StreamYard.
Hell no, we aren't. Screw them, man. They're about to lose 2 customers. Yeah, we out here. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. Jimmy G and your boy
P Dog.
Toodles.